So welcome to my segment of my chemistry videos as we continue looking at carbonates, oxide and hydroxide. But this time I want to show you some sample questions on how questions are going to come under carbonate, oxides and hydroxide. So this is coming from the 2020 paper 2 ECZ exams, question number C2. So the question there was saying that calcium oxide is an important compound that is manufactured from limestone. Then A1 says state the method by which calcium oxide is made from limestone. So what method? So they're asking about the method. Of course, when it comes to the method, you can simply say the method, it can simply be called as being thermal decomposition. So you can say thermal decomposition. Others are going to be saying, calcination. Others may use the word calcination. But of course, when we talk about calcination, it is simply, thermal decomposition of, a solid, especially in maybe a regulated oxygen supply. That is what you can say. So thermal decomposition is okay. Or even if you use calcination, that is okay. They will still mark you on that one. Roman 282 says write a balanced chemical equation for the formation of calcium oxide from limestone. Include state symbols. So they want us to include state symbols. So remember, calcium carbonate is in solid form. So when subjected to heat, when heat is actually directed, that calcium or carbonate would decompose into calcium oxide, which is a solid, and you are going to produce carbon dioxide, which is in gaseous form. So that is the balanced chemical equation that they wanted you to write there. So you need to remember, such an equation. Of course, remember the question said the equation needs to be balanced, and hence we have actually tried to balance up the equation. So that is what they meant there. All right, we can move on to the B part there. We can move on to the B part and see how we can go about it. So the B part says that what is the common name for calcium oxide? So what is the common name for calcium oxide? If you remember from the previous videos, we did say that calcium oxide is called quicklime. So the moment you hear of the word quicklime, then we are referring to calcium oxide. So that is the common name, and it was just carrying 1 mark. Writing the balanced chemical equation with symbols was 2 marks, and stating the method was 1 mark. Then for the C part there, the question there says C1, it says during production of calcium oxide from limestone, a gas is evolved as a byproduct. So describe the chemical test for the gas. So remember from the previous equation that we had, the gas that was evolved or produced was carbon dioxide. So they want us to describe the chemical test for the gas. So what we can say is that the chemical test when the gas is bubbled through lime water. Remember, lime water is calcium hydroxide. Yeah, so we can simply say, maybe I can say the gas, we can just say the gas is bubbled through lime water. Of course, lime water is simply nothing but calcium hydroxide. So if the gas is bubbled through lime water, okay, so if the gas is bubbled through lime water, if the gas is carbon, so we can say if the gas is carbon dioxide, the lime water, turns milky due to the formation. Due to the formation of calcium carbonate. calcium carbonate. Sorry, you can write that in word. So the gas is actually bubbled through lime water. So if the gas is indeed carbon dioxide, the lime water will turn milky. So if the lime water turns milky, then it simply means that indeed it is carbon dioxide, because it turns lime water milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate. So that is what you need to remember there. Okay, let's try to move on and go to C2, Roman 2 there. It says, by what method is the gas collected when prepared in the laboratory? So the question is asking us, what method is actually used in collecting this gas. So this is what we call as being, for the gas, we can say it is collected by upward displacement. So upward displacement of air. And why are we calling it as being upward displacement of air? Because it is actually more denser. So we can say it is actually more denser than air. So we can actually collect it using that method. Then C3 there says that state two uses of the gas. So in other words, what are the two uses of carbon dioxide? So number one, we can simply say used in making of fizzy, or if you want, you can say carbonated drinks. So we can use it in making carbonated drinks. Then two, it is used in making fire extinguishers. So you can also use it in making fire extinguishers. So these two methods that I've actually talked about, we can simply say these are industrial uses of carbon dioxide. But you can also talk about another natural use of carbon dioxide. I'll call it the third one, which is a natural use of carbon dioxide. So used in the process, so it is used in the process of photosynthesis. So it is also used in the process of photosynthesis, by plants. So the third one that I've given you is actually a natural use of carbon dioxide that you need to remember. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please, you can like, subscribe, so that we can continue to produce more videos for others to benefit.